And welcome everybody to the Faceoff Sports Network here with the real NFL guru, Anthony Servino and Steve D'Angelo Fantasy Savvy. We have a live fantasy football playoff draft, staff and listener league, some other randoms in there as well. But we are started already. So you could see the draft has kicked off. And Big Sexy 303 takes Lamar Jackson. This is a little bit different here since it's playoffs. If Lamar goes down, he'll get the backup. Same thing, with all the quarterbacks and the kickers. It's team defense, team kickers. But we're getting started here. I'm up on the clock. Lamar goes. Josh Allen goes. That definitely messes with me a little bit. So what do I do here? I do like the Lions to get into the Super Bowl. So maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, maybe Amon-Ra. I could go Saquon. I could go Jalen Hurts. I could go Jared Goff. Obviously, you want to get one of these quarterbacks, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Lions here, and we're going to go Jared Goff. So let's go.
Yeah, this is a fun format because, like you said, you can only have one real quarterback. There's 14 of us, contrary to like an Underdog or DraftKings where there's maybe 5 or 6 teams?
6 teams, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a lot more strategic, I believe, obviously.
Oh, yeah. And then obviously kickers and defenses are more valuable because, they advance. They're going to give you automatic points, whereas, you could take guys like, Mac Hollins maybe gives you 10 points the whole tournament or some backup, on somebody. So, yeah, kickers and defenses are more valuable. They help you stack as well. So we have 14 teams in here, obviously, because there's 14 teams in the playoffs. So everybody can get a quarterback. Everybody can get a kicker. Everybody can get a defense. And then it's 7 flex at any position, running back, wide receiver, tight end. So 10 guys to a roster, 14 teams, 140 players off the board. So it's going to go deep. It's going to go real deep. So after Goff, Pete takes Jalen Hurts, and then Hoff takes Saquon Barkley, and then ATL Mikey takes Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Just want to plug in my light real quick, Ant.
Yeah, interesting. That's an interesting pick for ATO. Not going to lie, because if Jaden Daniels doesn't get it around 1, was that an optimal pick in that point? We have Howman 23 on the clock, and then I will be up. And I'm sweating right now. Nice players on the board still. Gibbs looks like the guy right now, staring at me right in the face.
What were you saying there?
There's Gibbs is staring me in the face.
Yeah.
I was trying
still
to
there.
In case whoever just took Mahomes, I really wanted Mahomes. I was trying to get him to take Gibbs. I don't mind taking Jahmyr Gibbs. Thank you very much for this one.
That's sweet. I was thinking about taking Gibbs at the 3 spot.
Whoa. How do I pick?
Just click on the player.
I don't want to get timed out here.
I could pick for you, but just click on the player.
I'm good.
There you go.
But yeah, I was hoping for Mahomes, but the fact that Gibbs at 9 is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrific.
Yeah, and we saw what Gibbs did. You wonder if the Lions, Montgomery's a little bit banged up still. He should be back to the divisional round, but you wonder if the Lions now, end of the season, the way Gibbs played, 170 yards, 4 touchdowns against Minnesota, you wonder if they kind of really turn him up in the playoffs, even more. Right?
Is there a world, and I get it, they extended Montgomery. Montgomery has his role on the team, but Gibbs has shown us now, because Monty missed maybe 3 games last year, missed a couple games this year. Gibbs this season down the stretch showed us not only can he carry a full load, he can do a little bit of everything. Is there a point to where, I don't know, do they ever let go of Montgomery to totally unleash Gibbs? Or, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because fantasy numbers don't win real championships.
Yeah, I think they want to keep some kind of tandem there, and Montgomery's a big piece. Didn't they just pay him too?
Yeah, that's what I said. They extended him.
But
just seeing this stretch without Montgomery and seeing Gibbs handle, 2 out of the past 3 games over 25, 27 touches, and then smack in the middle against San Francisco, over 23. So he's over 23, 24 touches in 3 straight games. And you can make the case they're the best stretch of 3 games of his career.
Yeah, and against one of the best run defenses in the league too, against Minnesota.
And he's not fresh. It's not like this is like weeks 2 to 5.
No, I mean he's still getting a lot of looks during the year. Yeah, and the thing about Gibbs is like he's not only fast, he's not only a really good receiver at the backfield, but he runs with power too. So he's like an all-purpose back. He can just get it done. He could be a workhorse for you. So yeah, that was a great pick, man. That really kind of fell into your lap there.
Hoff was saying that, he kept making the Kamara comp, and I'm like, listen, I get it, but I've never seen Kamara move a pile the way we saw Gibbs move that pile to score that final touchdown.
He's also faster than Kamara too.
Yeah.
I
mean, first-round pedigree, speed. Like Kamara was a 3rd or 4th-round pick, I think. Like the Gibbs pedigree is just talent-wise, skill set-wise, is light years over out of Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara is like that contact balance. Like if you chip him, he always would stay on his feet and get those extra yards. And he was definitely slippery.
Yeah,
and also obviously a very good receiver out of the backfield. But yeah, similar in some ways, but a little bit different with Gibbs's long speed. I think he's a lot faster and a little bit quicker, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so interesting so far. There's no draft board on this, but we can go down the picks. We can scroll them off here. So it started with Lamar, then Josh Allen, then Goff, then Hurts, Barkley, Jaden Daniels, Derrick Henry, Mahomes, Gibbs to Anthony, James Cook. Nice pick there by FF Anonymous. What?
I can't find. I keep losing my board.
AJ Brown, Baker Mayfield, Kyron Williams, AJ Brown, Bucky Irving. So Jared goes last pick, AJ Brown and Bucky Irving. I don't mind that combo right there. If you want to queue the guys, you just click on and then it says add to queue if you want. You could do that too.
Yeah, you might have to. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, if you just if you lose anything or you just refresh your board, but then you're going to lose your queue guys. You're going to have to queue them again. But anyway, this is fantasypostseason.com. My friend actually took over this site a few years ago. They put it up for sale. This site's been around for like over, I think about 14 years maybe. And it started out using this site through NCAA basketball because they're one of the few sites that host postseason. So really it's just this site and My Fantasy League where you kind of host your own league. It's just these 2 sites that do it. Nobody really else does it where you could host your own league. So, that might be something we see more in the future too with playoff fantasy football, because I think this is a really fun format. I mean, in some ways it's better because it's just a month tournament basically. So everything happens so fast, it's done and over. You just took Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So Gibbs, Kelce, Lions, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. I mean, not optimal because both of these teams have the 1st round bye, but you can obviously make up those points on the bottom of the draft.
Yeah, we got Zach in the room, says, who's ready? Yes, we're all ready. Jared's in the draft as well, says, let's go. Jamie couldn't get in because he's working. ATL Mikey says, only way Josh Allen is elite is if he joins AEW. Jamie says, what site is this? This is fantasypostseason.com. Jamie, this does NBA, baseball, NCAA basketball tournament, all for postseason. STL fan, Mr. Discount, our guy, says, good evening, guys. Should we be concerned about Jalen Hurts playing when drafting? I think he's going to be out there. I mean, it's only Tuesday. He still hasn't cleared yet, right? But
no.
It would be a shock if he's not out there on Sunday.
I brought this up going into week 18 that it was concerning that he didn't clear the protocol. Now we're heading into wild card weekend. He is still not out of the protocol. So I don't think I'm discounting it in these drafts. I'm more worried if I'm if I'm an Eagles fan, if I have action on the Eagles to win the the NFC title game, like that's where I'm really worried about, because I think that let's say Hurts doesn't play this week, right? Yeah, Philly can still win, but I don't know if I trust Jalen Hurts on 3 weeks of rest. It's different when you're Kansas City. Been there, done that. I don't know if this is good if Jalen Hurts misses. Obviously, it's not good overall, but let's say Eagles win without Hurts, they go to divisional round. I think that's a big-time handicap for Philadelphia. So Hurts needs to get back.
Yeah, and usually you'll see these guys clear the protocol later in the week. So there's probably a couple things he's just got to get ready for, but I would expect Thursday at least for him to clear protocol. But if he's not cleared by then, Thursday, Friday, and you're doing some of these drafts, then obviously that's a little bit more cause for concern. But right now, I'm okay with it.
You are on the
But hey,
clock.
Tanner McKee actually looked pretty good. He's not a bad backup, and Pickett even looked pretty decent in his limited time the other week. So I'm back up on the clock in the 3 spot, and I was going to take Montgomery. He's gone. I was going to take Jameson Williams. Now he's gone. So what am I looking at here? I'm going to go to the Bills. I think it's going to be Bills Lions. So I got to go Khalil Shakir here. I think the best Bill available left. You got Terry McLaurin, you got Kupp, you got Addison, you got Zay Flowers. We'll see if he makes it back this week. Wasn't practicing today. So that's a little bit cause of concern, a little bit risky. Anthony, I did a draft last night on FFWC. A guy took Hopkins over Worthy in the second round. I was shocked at that.
Hopkins over. Yeah, it's. I don't love that. Worthy has kind of broken out down the stretch, and now you have Hollywood Brown glomming targets as well. And of course,
Right.
Travis Kelce. We always see the best version of Travis Kelce in a postseason, right or wrong. That even happened last year, and Kelce was terrible last year.
Yeah.
And then in the playoffs, it's just like business as usual.
Yeah, we got Pete in the background chewing on some chips, so he should be joining us fairly soon. I believe he was just doing a live recording. Mike ATL says Washington is going to the NFC Championship game.
You are on the
that would be a
clock.
huge shock with Jaden Daniels doing it, but you never know. Maybe he's
Washington
truly that special.
Isn't making it out of Tampa Bay.
All right, and I'm back up. So I got one Bill, I got one Chief. One Lion rather. Where am I going here? Don't have a running back yet. Kareem Hunt is there. J.K. Dobbins is there. Again, it's 7 flex, so technically I don't have to take a running back. I could, you don't need to take a running back. You don't need to take a receiver. You don't need to take tight end. You could take 7 tight ends if you want in this format. But you do have to have one quarterback, one kicker, and one defense.
Well, that's what I asked you earlier. You said you have to draft one. So maybe I misunderstood. Not like it would have changed my draft strategy, but
it's 7 flex. So yeah, so you you don't have to. It's any position really. I think I'm going to go. Should I go another Bill here? Another interesting one is Amari Cooper. We don't know what the hell he's doing either.
No. But you would think they brought him in for these postseason games.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shock. He had some kind of personal leave. Obviously, the game didn't mean anything last week. All right, I'm going to take Dalton Kincaid here. I'll grab another Bill. Could have took Keon Coleman. I could have took Cooper, but maybe I can get one of those guys on the way back.
I don't mind it. We need to see Kincaid start to flourish a little bit, and you would think it. Maybe it happens during the postseason.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with Cooper again. Personal leave. He still hasn't got back to the team as far as yesterday. I don't know what happened today, but yeah, like Anthony said, you would expect him to come back, and you would also expect them to start using him more. Like Matt Collins and Curtis Samuel running more routes than him. So by the playoffs, you would expect him to kind of take a leap up.
A little bit of breaking news, non-playoff news, that the Cowboys are not allowing the Bears to talk with Mike McCarthy. So I think that's just more of a sign that McCarthy's back, which makes me happy as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my other light on because my one light is not working. So just give me a sec.
But, I don't love the head coaching candidates out there outside of like somebody like Ben Johnson. If you're Dallas, I think you have to hold on to Mike McCarthy. I'm not ready. This guy 9-4, 9-5 without Dak Prescott and with Cooper Rush. The team obviously plays for Mike McCarthy. I'm not ready to say, okay, we have a 12-game winning per season coach in Mike McCarthy. I know the success hasn't been great in the playoffs, but I'm not willing to mortgage that for somebody like Deion Sanders or somebody not named Bill Belichick, or Ben Johnson's my one outlier where I'd say, okay, if you're going to take a chance on Ben Johnson.
Yeah. I think they just got to stick with McCarthy.
But Belichick can technically get out of this North Carolina deal. There's an out where Belichick can still return to the NFL this season, for what that's worth.
Yeah, but I think he's going to give at least 1 year there.
I mean, what didn't he
probably
do that
got
to
a
the
nice
Jets?
property.
Didn't he sign with the Jets and then quit like right away?
Yeah.
So it's not like he doesn't have it in him.
That's true, but he I think he never really wanted to be. I mean, he absolutely despises the Jets. You saw that documentary with him and Parcells, right? He's like, they want us to go to the Jets. Fine. They fucking both turned around.
What would be messed up is if you're recruiting kids, and I want Bill Belichick back in the NFL, but you're recruiting people in North Carolina, and unless you're being completely transparent, saying, hey, I might take an NFL job if the right one comes up, these kids are committing to North Carolina to play for Bill Belichick. So I think that's a little messed up unless he was 100% full disclosure.
Yeah. Couple more in the chat here. Trone Force says, I think the Commanders beat the Bucks easy. Don't forget Lattimore will lock up Evans as usual. That is true. Lattimore should be back. The Evans-Lattimore matchup. ATL Mikey says, bad pick by me for Dalton Kincaid. He said, if you had an elite QB, I would like it. So obviously, him and Hoff are on that Josh Allen non-elite thing. And then Joe Carlton also in the draft. Our boy says, boo McCarthy. Does not like McCarthy. Wants him to get canned. But that's not going to happen, right?
No. I don't see that happening whatsoever.
We're bringing Mike back. 1 more year. Come on. We're bringing him back. Round back. All right. So we are in the 3rd round. And Anthony, you took Travis Kelce, and then after you, Mike Evans went to Hallman, who was also in our Superflex draft. I believe he finished 3rd in that or 4th. Alfredo Sauce, our boy Alfredo, takes Ladd McConkey. ATL Mikey takes Jameson. Hoff takes Montgomery. Pete takes Nico. Interesting. A little bit of an upset maybe. Then I took Shakir. Dan Campbell takes Josh Jacobs. Big Sexy, which is Pete's dad, takes Xavier Worthy. Big Sexy. And then he also takes Laporta. Dan Campbell takes McLaurin. I take Kincaid. Pete takes Zay Flowers, despite the possible injury concern. Hoff takes the Minnesota, so he's got Darnold as his quarterback.
I was looking at Minnesota, but
Yeah. ATL Mikey takes Addison. Alfredo takes Bateman. Hallman takes Aaron Jones. Anthony, you take Herbert. I like that pick.
Yeah.
And then points by hand, that is, I believe that's Zach Linton. He takes Stafford. And then we get a defense already off the board here in the 3rd round by Slamming Man Jam. That's my cousin Jordan. He's been on the show a few times discussing college.
Yeah, I remember Jordan.
Yeah. Very, very knowledgeable. He actually participated in that ESPN tournament. He built a whole team. They almost pulled off a huge upset. It was crazy. And then Jared takes Bo Nix, and Cooper Kupp goes after Philadelphia defense.
I think I know where I'm going next already, but I'm not giving it away.
All right. Joe says it all goes away if they get Tyreek. So he likes it. If Tyreek goes to Dallas, Al, our boy, says, sup, fellas. And Joe says, points by hand is not Zach, you bum. Oh, that must be Joe. My bad, Joe.
I knew that was Joe.
I'm fucked up. I'm commissioned over here. I'm hosting over here. I got the fucking, a little bit
Is
of
Hoff coming in?
What's up, Pete?
Yo, what up?
Welcome, man. So talk about, Hoff. I don't think he's joining us. Pete, talk about your first couple picks there. Interesting with Nico, and then also Zay Flowers, who hasn't returned to practice yet.
Yeah. So this draft did not go the way I expected. I took a quarterback assuming that there would be none left on the way back. So kind of annoyed about it because normally in these best ball playoff drafts, like there's not 14 guys, right? So there's more elite talent by the time it comes back to you when you take a quarterback. So when it came back to me, I mean, Nico Collins, I figured I needed a guy that can give me a spike. And if I lose him, I lose him. But give me a guy that can give me a spike. And then hopefully guys that drafted some of these other spike players might get eliminated first round. And I took Flowers because I assumed, if he doesn't play this week, it's fine. He could be my replacement for Nico if Nico gets eliminated after this round. But this is such an important, you need elite players. And that's why I took Nico, because even if I get one round out of him, if he gives me 20 to 25, I'll take it, because it's so sparse on elite players.
Yeah, you kind of weigh having, the third, fourth string guys versus having guys that are one and done, but also can just give you a massive game and outscore those guys that play 2-3 games.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you do want to have studs like that. So yeah, I don't mind it. Only three quarterbacks left. Go ahead.
You took who? Goff? You took Detroit quarterback?
Yeah, I took Goff, and then
Did you expect there to be more quarterbacks taken in the first round?
Well, I figured Goff would be gone, and I like the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Obviously, Hurts would have been gone, so most of the main quarterbacks would have been gone. And it's not like where you're doing an underdog draft where you could take 2-3 quarterbacks. You could only have one quarterback here. So
yeah, on the way back, the best quarterback left was Minnesota. That would have came back to me and you. Would you be happy with Minnesota if you got an elite guy? I don't know. It depends.
Not really. But it depends. I mean, I could have took like Gibbs, I guess, but I don't know. I'm happy with Goff. I'll take it. The three quarterbacks left are Texans, Stroud, and then you got Russ or Fields, and then Jordan Love. So some decent quarterbacks left. Jordan Love probably the best one left.
Yeah. And the buys don't matter as much as in this too. I mean, they matter, but at the same time, it's not like best ball where if you don't get out of the first round, you're toast, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah, I feel like with this many people, it's the buy. A lot of those advantages from playing these 16 best ball leagues are discounted. Like it's a different way of thinking. I feel like in this format again, because you can only have one quarterback. When I picked Herbert, out of the guys left, it was between him or Stafford, which team is most likely to give me 2 games. And I went with Herbert beating Houston over Stafford beating Minnesota.
Yeah. I agree. Man, I can't wait to see what these teams look what the board looks like in a couple
it's going to go deep. Yeah, it gets deep. I do the other one. I go 12 rounds, but the thing with that one is I add kick return points. So that kind of helps you take the kick returners. So it adds a couple guys. Like without the kick returners, it would just be absolute shit. So that's why I didn't want to go 12 rounds here. So 10 rounds is good, especially for show purposes. But Cortland Sutton goes to Jared after the Knicks. So he's got the Denver stack. Pete, Dallas Goedert to Jordan. Joe takes Baltimore kicker, Justin Tucker. FF Anonymous takes Pacheco. Anthony takes Marquise Hollywood Brown from Hollywood, Florida.
I wanted him on the way back.
So Anthony's got Kelsey in Hollywood. Pete's up next. Hoff's up right now. Kansas City goes to Hallman. Alfredo takes Jordan Love, and then ATL Mikey takes Brian Robinson. He likes Washington to make a run, and then Hoff gets Hopkins here in the 4th round. That's pretty solid.
So my next pick, I figured I could go 1 or 2 guys here. I think whichever guy I don't take, Steve's going to take. So I just have a feeling I know who you're going to take next. I really hope you don't, but I think you're going to.
I definitely would have took. I was definitely thinking about McMillan for sure.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah. The thing is, do I go another Bill here? And again, I don't know what the deal with Cooper is. I expect him back, but you never know. Cooper does seem a little weird, so I don't know.
He might never get this opportunity again, though.
Exactly. Like that's what I was saying last night. Like this is his best chance to win a Super Bowl. Is he really not going to come back? Like,
yeah, he hasn't practiced this week, right?
No, he left for like a personal leave, and he still hasn't returned. Who would you guys take, Keon or Cooper? If you had to pick.
I don't want to answer. I don't.
P wants one of them. That's why.
He does want one of them.
Shit. Well, whoever I take, you could just take the other guy. I think it's pretty even, between Keon and Cooper, really. But
I
can
think
kinda,
there's a more risk with Cooper, but more upside. You got a little bit more stability
Yeah.
with Keon Coleman.
yeah, I'm gonna take Keon.
Fuck.
Um,
Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
the two guys I was talking about were McMillan and Coleman.
Well, I like
knew you were
McMillan. I was
take
gonna take
Coleman.
possibly McMillan last round. I really like McMillan in these drafts.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so Cade Otton
Cade Otton,
goes. Is he's still questionable to come back, and it's not like Durham's been playing terrible, so he
Yeah.
possibly could be out this week. But then Dobbins. So your dad takes Otton and Dobbins back to back. Dan Campbell's.
Yeah,
forget
that's
what
my
the
dad's
full-
buddy.
I forget what the full name is there, but it's Dan Campbell's something. Dan Campbell's soup, whatever. Dan Campbell's dip. I don't know what it is. You ever see his teeth, Dan Campbell? They're all freaking rotted at the bottom from all that
From
dip he
from
does.
chewing
dude,
tobacco.
all that
Yeah.
coffee and dip. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I said I had to take Love. There's no way I'm trusting Russ or Stroud. Yeah. Is Love playing? He's playing, right?
Yeah, they're saying it's
Yeah,
minor.
Yeah.
I
So
figured
Dan Campbell's up, and then I come up again. I have all Bills except for Jared Goff so far. So do I want to veer off the Bills, or do I just want to keep stacking them? I think I just might as well just keep stacking Bills if I think they're going to the damn Super Bowl. But I mean,
Is
You are
there
on the clock.
there goes George Pickens. Go ahead, Ant.
is there a world, and I'm not just being like where the Broncos can pull an upset this week? I'm not saying for for the draft. I'm just saying, like, is there a world where that defense can step up and hold Buffalo down?
I'll let Steve answer first because
I mean, there's a world in the NFL anybody could beat anybody, but I mean, I think Denver's defense they've been letting up a little bit, over the past month or so. I think the Bills should take care of business. Might be close though. Like I think they could cover. It might be close, but I expect the Bills to win by like 10.
yeah, I mean, so I read a stat today that the Bills have not beaten a team that's top 10 in sacks this year. They're 0-2, so they've only played 2 teams. Josh Allen's also one of the least sacked quarterbacks. He's it's where the rubber meets the road. Yeah, and where the rubber meets the road. I mean, something's got to break, or maybe it comes to an even point where Denver doesn't get a ton, but Josh gives up more sacks than he normally does. Hang on one second.
Yeah, Pete is up. Zach says that he took all Rams. He has Ram Chargers Super Bowl. Okay. Might as well hedge against that. And then Hoff will get on, says ATL Mikey. Sauce, our boy Alfredo says, I had to take Love. There's no way I'm trusting Russ or Stroud. Then Steven Nadeau says, I'm in Connecticut. Do you guys know if there are any best ball sites other than DraftKings? Does FanDuel do any best ball? Yeah, I believe
maybe
FanDuel does.
Drafters.
Well, Underdog.
Come out.
Underdog.
Yeah, Underdog, Drafters as well.
Who the fuck took Isaiah Likely?
Hmm.
Fuck. I thought ATL. I didn't. I guess I should have known he wasn't coming back to me.
Yeah, he just took him. Hoff gets Josh Bates or John Bates, the Detroit kicker, and Alfredo takes your boy Marvin Mims, who's starting to come on a little bit down the stretch here.
I thought about it for a spike, if Mims could have a spike game against Denver and get eliminated, but I already have Nico, so I didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah,
and I have Zay Flowers, so
yeah, Mims is, that it's smart that they're finally starting to get him involved.
Yeah, I mean that's why I liked him so much preseason. Is just a team they lack so many explosive players that I just felt like it was a no brainer that he was going to be involved, but it took them a while. But
yeah, I mean, he gave his boy a little Jordan Humphrey the bump, and but he liked Veli. I guess he prefers the bigger guys. Seems like
he wants the guys that can block.
Yeah, it is getting thin.
Still some good running backs out there. There's still some good tight ends. There's only 2 quarterbacks left. Lots of kickers and defenses. So, yeah, I mean, we saw the freaking what was it? What defense went in the 3rd round? The Eagles. That was a little early for that, but Anthony is up. Jaden Reed goes. Christian Watson out for the entire playoffs with an ACL injury. So that hurts the Packers a lot. I mean, could they beat Philly? Possibly, but that really hurts them.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs still available for anybody out there. He's wide receiver.
I did that FFWC draft yesterday. Guy took Diggs in the second round. I was like, what the hell is he doing? I don't know. It was
Okay.
like he's just donating his money, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. Another guy took Gus Edwards over Dobbins, and then he told the commissioner to pull it back. So the commissioner pulled his pick. I don't know why. It must have been a mistake. I don't know. I don't know what the hell he did there.
That's weird.
Saturday, Chargers, Texans, and Steelers, Ravens. Chargers favored by 3 on the road, 42.5 total. But we're going to get into all that talk tomorrow, right? How many people are going to have on the show tomorrow? Talking playoffs.
Possibly a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be us 3 plus I know Tyler and Matt will be there. So that's 5. Hope if Coach can make it 6. And if Hoff makes it, that's 7. Yeah. It might be 7 of us. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can go about it. I feel like we could do our predictions for the first round, pick'ems, right? And do a big board and post it for our first round picks. And we post it to our YouTube community. And then we could also do, projecting, the Super Bowl picks and stuff like that. And yeah, we can go game by game. I think that would be cool too. It's going to be tough with 7 guys, a lot to talk about, but
I think we can go game by game. I think we can wrap it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Anthony, you take Rashad White there.
Yeah. I like Tampa. I think they're my sleeper team in the NFC to make a little bit of a run. But again, we're thin right now. You weren't wrong about how deep this goes, because after Rashad White, you have Najee, Eckler. Justice.
Hey, Eckler's back, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Anthony's boy Eckler is back.
I was going to take Rashad White last round. I knew he wasn't coming back to me. I took Hawkinson instead because I thought he had a better chance of maybe, but I could have got the McMillan and the Rashad White stack. But
Jared
stacking
Fortin
this is hard.
Detroit. That Fortin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blocking him from taking Detroit now. You are now blocked on my Twitter. I'm just kidding. I thought they would come back to me.
Yeah, no,
you thought wrong, buddy.
We only have 4 more rounds left, so the defense and the kickers should start to fly now at this point.
Damn it.
There's some good positional players though left. I mean, it's gonna go just about what we need to here.
Yeah, it's just enough. It'll be just enough.
Yeah.
I think I enjoy this more than I enjoy like the underdog format.
Yeah, I like this better too. The deeper the better,
Yeah.
And those are cool too, but then it's different because they got guys with 20 entries, 30. Everybody's just got 1 entry and that's it. One single entry. That's all you can do. So, and then we got all of us together. We got the listeners in here, a couple other randoms, but yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, Anthony, you're coming back up a little bit. Jordan is picking now. Chargers kicker just went. Cameron Dicker, the kicker, who was pretty much one of the best kickers all year. And there goes Philadelphia's kicker for Jordan. So he gets the Philadelphia defense and the Philadelphia kicker. So obviously he likes the Eagles.
Ooh,
Tim Patrick, good pick.
I like that.
Go.
Elliott misses a lot of kicks, though. Is there negative points for kicks?
No. No.
I like that
Tim
Tim
misses a
Patrick
lot.
move, whoever took him.
Yeah, well,
That was
Joe
Joe.
Carlton.
Joe took him. Yeah.
Okay. I have quite a bit of him in the underdog formats.
Yeah, me too.
Josh Palmer did not practice today.
Ooh, hurts.
Didn't play last week either. We saw Quentin Johnson have another big game. Zach Ertz for FF Anonymous, listener of the show. Good pick there. I like that at this point.
Who is FF Anonymous?
He's a listener. He's
The name sounds familiar. I'm trying to think of who it is.
I don't know what his name is, but he's in.
All right. There we go.
Paid up. Everything's good with him.
Good guy.
Yeah, I think he was the first to pay, actually.
Why can't I think of who that is?
Anthony is on the board. Where is he going?
Oh.
We are in round 6 here. Some good names left at tight end. There's like 4 good tight ends. You got Tucker Kraft, Fryermuth, Noah Gray. Dalton Schultz isn't terrible.
I figured Anthony's going for his boy Noah Gray. Does he want
No.
another? Does he want? He took Baltimore.
Baltimore D.
That defense is tightened up down the stretch.
Good
Well,
pick.
they also get a nice matchup for week 1. So
I almost went Buffalo, but I think Baltimore, the way that defense has been playing, is a little bit. Plus, I do like the situation. I think Bo Nix can not keep up, but if they keep this game close, I do think Denver could pull off an upset. There's a world where it happens. We see it every year where a team sneaks up out of nowhere. Why not Denver? Their win total this year was what, 5 or 6. Nobody thought Denver would get here. So why not? Why not?
I'm not being positive about them. I can't right now. I just gotta let it chill. By the way, a crazy strategy. Who got the last quarterback? They could have just waited to their last pick and just took quarterback.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Technically.
Yeah. Well,
no, I mean,
be a rookie,
maybe
but
just didn't think about it. But
no, that's what you should do, really. And then also, too, I should mention this: the highest scoring pick of the last 3 rounds gets 10% of the pot. So that would have helped if he would have waited to the end.
Wow.
So that kind of helps the guys that are last to get the quarterback. Yeah. They kind of get that extra bonus there.
Who was it?
Could have waited. So that will activate in the 8th round. Hallman says, "Let's go Chiefs" in the chat.
So it was Uncle Piff, by the way. So and he did wait pretty late. By the way,
that's Linton.
That's Zach.
He did wait. He actually did wait pretty late. I think he took him 69. So he just took him last round.
Yeah, Hoff is up and Pete's up on deck. Alfred says Mims brings a different spark. Just need to try Franklin to start catching those deep balls. And Jared Fortin says the Knicks train. Yeah, he has the Sutton Knicks stack. And Joe's laughing. All right, Pete, what are you going here? Oh, Hoff takes Buffalo D. I was going to go that way.
Yeah.
So that gets sniped. Where are you going, Pete?
I mean, there's not enough for these defenses for me to care to take one of them right now. So maybe kicker. And I guess I'll take Buffalo's kicker.
No, take tight ends.
You are on the clock.
You take fucking Buffalo tight end. You bastard.
There's not enough. Like none of these defenses outside of maybe the Chargers. Like I don't trust, and maybe Tampa or Washington or Rams. Like I don't know. They're all question marks. So like to me, like I'm not gonna waste my pick on one of them now. Since Hoff fucking took Buffalo.
I'm going Dobbs.
Asshole.
Figure Dobbs. Even if he plays one game, no Watson. Maybe he can get me 15, 16 points.
I was going to take Dobbs too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to take Dobbs too. So it's a good pick. It's funny. I have 0 Eagles, even though I have Hurts. Zero stack on that.
Well, you could take Grant Calcaterra or Kenny Gainwell.
Gainwell. Ooh.
By the way, Blake Corum is out for the playoffs, right? So it's going to be what? Ronnie Rivers again? Heads up to anybody listening. There you go. There's your tip of the day. Dan Campbell's back up, and then I'm up. I'm on deck, and then back to Pete, and then back to Hoff. Where are we going?
Did somebody take Naylor? Somebody took him. Alfredo. Nice pick. It's a good pick.
There's only 6 defenses left, and there's 7 kickers left. So I'm gonna skip the kickers. No Gray since Hollywood's come back. He's really not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know if I really want to take him. But
How are you popping out the players when you're clicking on them?
what do you mean?
You just click on like you're there. It's coming up when you click on them. Is that?
Yeah, you just click on him and then it says draft player add to queue at the top.
Oh no, but there was like information on the player that popped up.
Oh yeah, you just click on that little
Ah,
news report. That little.
I got it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if there's a way to see their game logs.
No, I don't think they put that on here.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, you got to bring those stats yourself when you're on sites like this. It's like bringing your notebook. All right, what am I doing here? Still, I'm making everybody wait here. All right, you know what? I'll take Tucker Craft. It's like a little bit of Packer stack. Maybe they could pull an upset. I have no Eagles, so I'll take the Packers avenue there. And you're up, Pete. Hoff on deck. ATL Mikey in the hole. Pete takes his boy Jaleel White. McLaughlin.
Jaleel White.
Buffalo's run. If Denver's gonna have
That's
a
what
chance,
we were
they're
calling
gonna
him
have to
last
run.
time, right?
They're gonna have to
Yeah.
run the football
Urkel.
between the tackles. So
And then Hoff doubles down on the Broncos with Vele. And ATL Mikey takes Noah Gray, and Alfredo Sauce 22 says son of not Jaleel in the chat. Joe says was laughing at your comment about the last QB. Yeah, Zach. I already made up my mind on Russ before the Stroud pick. In my mind, I was taking him already, but you could have waited to the last round and then won that the extra bonus, and then you could have stacked other guys because nobody else can take a quarterback. But that's all right. You just you're good for next year. You fix it. Oh, Big Sexy logged out. Where'd he go?
what happened?
Your
Oh.
dad logged out.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, he has
Holman's-
the picks again.
Hallman's up, and then Anthony's on deck. All right, so P, what do you got so far?
I got Hurts, Nico, Flowers, Hawkinson, McMillan, Jaleel, and Buffalo kickers.
Tyler Bass for fucking 9.
Hey, I'm just at that point. I'm just hoping for a guy that has a chance to keep playing.
Yeah, no, at that point, Buffalo kicker is a good pick. Really
Yeah.
good pick. Again, we had the defense. There goes Ty Johnson. That's a good pick. I was contemplating Ty Johnson
Me
last.
too.
That was gonna be my last pick, but I took Jaleel instead.
Yeah.
For the possible spike.
Over Ray Davis too.
Let's see. What do I need more? All right. Do I take the chance?
Noah Gray.
He's gone.
ATL Mikey took him. Cam Akers goes to Alfredo. That's an interesting pick. Pete's
You know
chewing
what?
on,
I gotta.
something order.
I'm gonna go Wicks.
All right, I like that. I think that's a good pick with Watson out.
I mean, it's a ceiling pick.
Yeah,
You know, and back when these two teams played in the season opener in Brazil, Jordan Love was able to move the football.
yeah. The receivers are dead here too. There's like no good
I mean,
receivers.
it's good value. I mean, that's why I took Wicks. I'm like, there's nobody else on the board that can, and Wicks has it in him to give me 20, 25. Nobody else that's left position wise has that ceiling.
Yeah, did somebody take Mac Hollins? He's gone.
Is it
Fuck.
really?
I was gonna take him.
Curtis
You know it's
Samuel's
bad
there.
it's bad when you're getting upset that Mac Hollins is fucking not on the board anymore.
Again, first place 60% of the pot, second place 20, third 10, and then highest scoring pick of the last 3 rounds gets 10%. So make sure that that gets activated here in the next round. After this pick, it gets activated for that 10% bonus for high scoring.
I'm trying to. I don't. Who the fuck took Mac Hollins, dude? Maybe he wasn't
Um,
taken. I'm looking. I'm looking through all. I don't see. Unless he was taken really
No, he's
fucking
gone.
early.
He's gone. I don't know who took him though.
Let's see. See if I can find it. Zacchaeus went.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Naylor to Alfredo. Where the hell's Matt Collins? Oh,
Dude,
Jordan.
is he
Jordan
injured?
took him. Jordan took him. Pick 68.
Mm,
So we're on pick 95. He was gone a while ago.
wow, he really wanted him. Shit.
Payne Durham goes. Then Ray Davis goes to Zach. So Payne Durham is off the board. Khalif Raymond is off the board to Jared. And we still got 3 rounds left. So the last couple picks are gonna be great here. What people are gonna do. But we still got a lot of kickers and defenses left too. So that will eat up some of it.
Listen, man,
All the
there's still a
quarterbacks are
couple.
gone.
There's still a couple gems
Yeah.
out there, man.
Mhm.
No,
I
there
mean,
is.
I'm not even
I'm
gonna say
staring
that.
one right now.
I'm not even gonna say it. I mean, I like, yeah. I mean,
I gotta pick my poison though. Because if I go, I obviously still need a kicker. Yeah, I don't know.
well, there he goes, Najee Harris. That was what I was.
Yeah, that
this
wasn't
way-
it.
still there.
That's a good pick. I mean,
He's gonna get eliminated, but like likely get eliminated. But like at this point, many points are these guys down here gonna give you?
If the start to sweat again.
there goes Curtis Samuel off the board. So not a terrible
Ooh.
pick. There's an injury to one of the receivers. He steps in, but he'll get some snaps regardless. Again, we still got to see what happens with Cooper. But, you would expect him back for the Denver game. What do you know over there? Cereal?
I have a really sneaky pick that Anthony's gonna be like, damn, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Who is it?
I'm not gonna say because we got guys listening. Right now.
And plus, I picked
Yeah.
before you.
Yeah.
I was trying to see.
You
if I
you already picked. I picked before you now.
do you? No.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're still coming up. Yeah.
Jared says, while you 3 are here, thanks for everything this year. I will get Hoff another time. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Yeah. Always happy to be here.
There goes Austin Eckler to Jordan. So another
Mm.
pretty good pick at this point.
All right.
Maybe the Skins can pull an upset and go back to the Skins.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen in the next year or two.
Adam Rank picked the Broncos to win this week. Wow.
Interesting.
Only guy on the NFL Network to pick him.
I just don't think it's as far fetched as people think.
I mean, they beat them last year with a worse roster.
If it comes down to coaching decisions, who do you trust?
That was the game
Sean
where
Payton.
McDermott didn't call the timeout, or what the hell happened in that game again?
No, they missed the field goal, the Broncos, but McDermott called a timeout.
Oh,
before.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
What was that, earlier in the year?
No, it was later on last year.
What do you know over there, Pete? It's fucking loud crunches. People
Oh,
want to hear
is
that
it
shit.
loud? is it loud?
Yeah, it's loud.
I didn't think it was.
I mean, I got headphones on, so maybe it's louder for me than others.
Fuck! That Disley was my guy.
Disley goes to Joe. That's a pretty good pick, but he
Disley
got
was my
thrown
guy.
smart. I think he showed a little bit. I don't know what happened with the snaps since Disley's been back.
I'm sweating my next pick.
Oh yeah, he only played 13 offensive snaps last week. Stone Smart with Disley back now. What's up with the Broncos tight ends?
I mean,
Is it
I
Lucas
guess it's
Cole?
It's like Nate Atkins at this point. He's the one that scores touchdowns. I mean, fuck. 14 catches.
There
Tampa
goes-
Bay. Whoa.
Tampa.
Anthony Samaje Perine still there, dude.
Great.
What do you mean? You could get him. I'm gonna take defense my last pick. I don't want any of them.
The thing about defense is when you take them early, they add up. They really help your team.
Yeah.
So, but if you can get one late and get an upset, plus you activate that third round bonus, the last 3-round bonus there, the 10%. So yeah, not terrible.
All right.
You wait on a kicker and a defense.
Do it, Anthony. Take a defense.
I took Baltimore earlier.
Riker.
I just took Minnesota's kicker.
Yeah. All right.
I think I know who that player is you want. Though.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it, but I think I know who it is.
ATL and Hoff are listening still, so just hang on here. All right. Hoff only with 2 wide receivers. Interesting. DeAndre Hopkins and Vele.
I don't even think I have a running back. I don't have one running back. I have all receivers, and I have 2 tight ends. So we're going empty.
Javante, that could have been interesting. He could score a touchdown.
Yeah, not a bad pick at this point. Starter.
Yeah.
Alfredo's up. A couple more starters out there. P-Ryan's not a bad pick at this point.
No, he's not. I mean, at this rate, who the fuck knows what's going on with that running back room?
Yeah.
Hell, Justin Watson's not a terrible pick.
Juju.
Or Juju.
Off the board, ATL.
I mean, Rashee Rice is still available. Do you get points for kick return touchdowns?
Just for the defense, not the individual player. You can't.
Right,
you can't do that. You can't do that setting on here on my fantasy league. You can do that. That's why I add that there. So that's why if we had that, I probably would went another 2 rounds and just added some kick returners.
Yeah.
But then it would go crazy. But
yeah, it's all good.
All right, I think I'm going to take a kicker or defense here. Where you go, Pete? There goes Pat Fryermuth to
pick. Dalton Schultz. I mean, if there's a chance that they make it out of the first round.
You are on the clock.
I thought that. I mean, he's the second option at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, at this rate, I mean, he's a good option if they get past the second round.
I thought you were going to go after Fryermuth because of his first round matchup against Baltimore.
Tight ends. Yeah.
But Schultz is not. I mean, you're saying like there's no other wide receiver that they trust. And Schultz, he's had 8, 6, and 3 targets in his past 3 games.
Yeah. And honestly, I know the Texans have been not great lately, but I mean, you never know. I mean, Chargers are still the Chargers are a team I like to stack late in best ball, but I mean, if the Chargers lost that game, I don't think it would be like shocking.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So,
I just don't know if I trust, the quarterback.
No, yeah, I don't trust the quarterbacks there either. I just with Stroud, I just figured at this point in the draft, I mean, if there's a chance I can get 2 rounds out of him, I should be getting like an okay amount of points that I'll be happy with.
Yeah, I took the Rams kicker. They obviously, nobody's really. It seems like everybody kind of wants Minnesota. It's just a 1.5 point dog there at home. Monday night, so they definitely could advance in that game. Cardi maybe gets 2 games.
I like the Rams, man.
Yeah, plus it's a good weather game. I didn't want to take a kicker in a shitty weather game. So you like the Rams to win straight up in that game?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's not anything against Minnesota. I just like this Rams. When you look at what happened with Darnold last week, all that pressure in his face, the one thing this Rams defense is really good at is getting pressure.
Yeah,
and this is a team that's been to the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah,
McVay's been there twice.
Yeah, I know. Connell's great, but McVay is,
You are on the clock.
Got even better track record. There goes Gus Edwards. Josh Palmer goes to Big Sexy. A little bit of an injury concern. Didn't practice today, but, maybe he gets back by Saturday. All right. I think I'm going to go. I could go defense here. But I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to take a positional player here. And there's one guy that's pretty decent that's left, and it's Samaji. So we're going Samaji.
I was looking at him if he fell to me.
I got to take him. I got one Chief there. That's probably the best positional player left that I'm seeing, unless you guys see somebody else there. But I don't really see much else for position.
I mean, I like Dawson Knox. I keep talking about it. I just think he's a guy that has a chance to get into the end zone, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Aguilar here just because
I love
it gives me
that.
some protection if Zay Flowers is hurt. You know,
I like that a lot.
Aguilar's a little bit banged up. He didn't play last week, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he played, but I figure I'll take the risk. I mean, if Flowers plays, he's pretty much burn the pick. Doesn't matter, but we'll see.
I mean, no, but he's also like that guy that will get loose for a touchdown in the playoffs. We see that from Aguilar every couple of games. He'll get loose, but there's who else is there besides Bateman and Zay Flowers? It's Aguilar.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy? When you look at Calvin Austin and Tank Dell's stats compared to each other this year, Calvin Austin's not that far off from Tank Dell. That's just, I mean, he has, I mean, they're 120 yards apart, but Calvin Austin had just 36 catches compared to Dell's 51, and he scored an extra touchdown. It's kind of weird. He's a big play guy, Calvin Austin, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick at this point either. I mean, he's like the last receiver. I mean, I guess you could take Tutu or Sterling Shepard.
He's a big play. He's a big play. I mean, Calvin Austin's a guy. If there's a guy that's left, I mean, he can rip off an 80-yard touchdown for you, even if he gets eliminated. That's
you got Justin Watson, Diami Brown, I guess, Van Jefferson. That's really it. Maybe Mike Williams, Darius Davis. Not a terrible one.
That was why I asked about kick returning.
Yeah. Higbee. That's a good pick at this point. Yeah.
I was looking for him. I couldn't even find him. Maybe I definitely missed that one.
Yeah.
Now I'm up.
ATL Mikey just took Dawson Knox too, but
of course did.
And Alfredo takes Denver D. Also,
I mean, would you have taken Dawson Knox?
Yep. Absolutely would have.
Yeah.
Alfredo's got Knicks, Sutton, and Denver D. So he's got the Denver.
Mims. I think he has Mims
and
too.
Mims, true. He's all Denver. Does he live in Denver?
He's a Broncos fan.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He might live in Denver too. I don't know.
You could lose points if a team goes over 30 points. I think it's like I think it goes up to -4. Like if somebody scores 35 on your defense. All right, Ant, where are you going here?
I wish I knew. I'm looking.
Did you take kicker and defense yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. And the clock is ticking.
10
All right.
seconds. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh,
Justin Watson.
Boy.
Randy Watson.
Love Justin Watson.
Pete, you know who Randy Watson is?
Is that a wrestler?
Coming to America, Solo.
I've seen the movie Coming to America.
He's the when they go to that event and he's the preacher. That's Randy Watson's the singer, the preacher.
Oh, I thought he was Soul Glow.
No, the Randy Watson's the singer. The Eddie Murphy does that song, "Sexual Chocolate." ATL Mikey's done. There goes John Mechie. Good pick at this point. Got banged up hard, so we'll see if he gets back this week. If he's a concussion protocol, I haven't heard anything about that, but he got smacked pretty hard though on that hit.
I think I might win the whole thing.
Craig Reynolds.
I think I might win this whole thing.
All right. See what your team's got at the end.
Can you technically take, like, if I didn't take a defense here, can I do that?
You have to take
just not have it. Like, I can't. It won't allow you to not take a defense.
No, you have to take a defense and a kicker. Yeah.
Fuck. Damn.
This is your last pick is a defense. That's what my last pick is. Defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who else's last pick is a defense. I think there's a couple teams in front of us here. I mean, honestly, for the defenses on the board, I'd be happy getting any of these. Like, I'd be fine. I mean, maybe you don't. Pittsburgh, I don't want, but I'd be okay with the other three.
Pittsburgh's not bad though. I mean, TJ Watt gets 5-6. Maybe they sack Lamar a bunch, maybe they turn him over. It's not terrible. I mean, they're still a good defense. They're probably the best defense of the defenses that are left. It's just that I'm saying as far as talent,
Mm-hmm.
But obviously they're 9-point dogs.
I'd be fine with Green. I'd be fine with Green Bay too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'd be fine with any one of them as well.
Fantasy points per game, Green Bay averaged 11 this year. One of the better defenses this year.
Actually, they had more sacks than Pittsburgh too. Actually, Packers were the best here as far as fantasy points per game.
Yeah. I mean, they get the Eagles, which is a tough draw, but all these defenses that are here have tough draws. So
Washington only had 7 picks. Interesting. There goes Washington kicker. Emmanuel Wilson goes to Zach. So getting deep here. Last round, make it count. Get 10% of the pot again for highest scoring player of the last 3 rounds. So even if you're out of it, your last 3, pick of the last 3 rounds can still win you some money. Get your money back at least. All right. That's it, Ann. What do you got? Well, you got a positional player left?
Yeah.
You took your kicker and defense? All right. Well, there's one guy left that I really see that's still sitting there. Maybe 2 guys.
I think I know where I'm going.
Sauce says, I do live in Denver. Oh, but I only have Mims, Lutz, and defense stacked. Don't you have Sutton and or is that somebody else? Maybe I screwed that up. Who the hell has I think Jared has Sutton and Nick.
Jared. Yeah.
My bad.
Fuck. Joe Carlton took fucking
Calvin.
Fuck you, Joe. No, he took
Rams
Los Angeles. I was trying to talk up all the defenses, not the Rams. So I was like hoping that they would fall to me. And Zach took Green Bay, and I was like, oh, yes.
He was trying to snake me.
He was
trying to say, I would take Green Bay defense.
Well, I picked before you, so I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I have 2 Green Bay guys, so I might just go for that stack there. And then the last best pick there, Calvin Austin, positional player, goes, and then Anthony takes
Keaton Mitchell.
Interesting.
Bold. Okay.
I mean, Hill's dealing with concussion illness, but what if?
Yeah,
if there's any run for Mitchell, we've seen him hit some home runs when given the opportunity last year. So why not?
Yeah.
Plus, there could be garbage time. Who knows what Baltimore team shows up this week, especially.
Yeah. If
so
goes
let me
down, is it going to be him or Ali? Because I think Ali's been playing over him, hasn't he?
Rasheen Ali's been playing a little bit too. Yeah. Oh, let me ask you, who do you think has the best chance to advance this week? Rams, Washington, Pittsburgh, or the Packers? I would think the Rams, right?
I kind of like your Rams ball. I mean, Monday night at home, that's a good spot for the Rams, for sure. But I kind of do think the Bucs should get it done too. That's going to be a Sunday night game in Tampa. So it's close between those 2.
Well, that was part of the reason why I wanted the Rams, because I thought I could get at least maybe 2 weeks out of it.
Well, actually, I think the Chargers are definitely winning. So that'd be my number 1.
Well, no. Well,
did you include them?
Yes. No. No, because Chargers play Houston. So it was Packers, Pittsburgh, Washington, or the Rams who you thought had the best chance to advance.
Oh,
yeah.
I would probably say. The Rams. I picked the Rams.
Yeah, I guess I got to take Washington here, unless I'm hoping for a spike week from Pittsburgh and they eke out a lot. Like even if they lose, maybe I get a spike from them. But Washington, I think, has a better chance to move on.
So I'm all in on Tampa to move on. Tampa and the Chargers would be my
Who do you think has a better chance to move on then, Pittsburgh or Washington?
I mean, out of those two, Washington.
Okay, that's the only thing I'm thinking of
in general. Okay.
No, yeah. That's the only thing I'm trying to think of at this point, because fuck it, Steve might get a spike week from Pittsburgh, and Washington both might get eliminated. So I just think Washington has a better chance to advance. But fuck, man, could you imagine if the Steelers win this game? I mean, it's
And
not crazy. I mean, they beat them this year earlier on.
If that happens, then the same conversation people have about Tomlin, you have to have about Harbaugh at some point.
I agree.
Or
100%.
or
But they've at least won a
Mike
few.
McCarthy
they've
and
won a
on
few
the
games,
clock.
though. They've won a few games though. And
Yeah.
McCarthy did at least win a few,
Yeah.
and their record's been better. But yeah, I agree.
All right.
You can
I'm Pittsburgh D. So let's go Pittsburgh. Got no
Lock it in, baby.
ratings. Lock it up, baby. Let's go TJ Watt. One man wrecking crew. Highsmith. Let's get it done. All right, that's it. We have Pete's got two more picks left. Dan Campbell and Big Sexy to close us out. Diami Brown.
Nice pick.
he just
And Pete's
Dan
dad picks Pittsburgh kicker.
Dan Campbell said, "I think my team sucks, but I really don't know." And my dad said, if you want to feel better, just look at everybody else's team.
Yeah, no, that's true. He's right. Because when you look at everybody else's team, you're like, all these teams look like shit. That's what happens in this format. Joe says, I have a Ram stack. What the fuck, Pete? Jared says, good luck, guys. And that's it. So you guys want to go over your teams real quick? We'll wrap this baby up.
Go for it. Anthony?
Yeah, I'll
Go ahead,
start with Herbert. I have the Vikings kicker, Baltimore's defense, then Gibbs, Kelsey, Hollywood Brown, Rashad White, Wicks, Justin Watson, Keaton Mitchell. I like the top end of my team.
I think it's a pretty good team.
Yeah, I just clicked on your team. I'm looking at it now.
If you get Lions Chiefs Super Bowl and then you get Herbert to play a couple games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty solid. All right, I'll go second. I started out with Goff. Then I went Bills stack with Shakir, Kincaid, Coleman, and Cooper. So I have 4 Bills there. Then I have the Rams kicker, Pittsburgh's D, Dobbs, Tucker Kraft. So 2 Packers, and then Samaje Perine. So I don't mind my team. Obviously, I need the Bills to make a deep run. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, that was the one thing I didn't really do a great job in this one. I didn't really get a ton of guys that I feel like can make a run. I got Hurts with the Eagles, who I obviously like. I took Nico second round because I was looking for some pop, and most of the studs were gone. Zay Flowers, Jalen McMillan, Hawkinson, Buffalo kickers, Jaleel, Schultz, Aguilar, and Washington. So I'd be pretty happy if the Texans advance around, and I'm rooting for the Ravens, obviously, in this format.
Yeah, and obviously that could definitely pop off. Jared says, how bad is his team? He's got A.J. Brown, Bucky Irving. Then he's got Nick Sutton stack with the Lions defense, Justice Hill, Khalif Raymond, Najee, Washington kicker, and Jahan Dotson. So it's going to be tough for you, Jared, man. You're going to need the Broncos to make a run. I mean, if you don't get that, I don't really see an avenue for you, right? I mean,
yeah, losing Sutton. I mean, that's one team, and losing if that one team loses, forgetting about everybody else on his roster, it could hurt you.
Yeah.
But if they advance, you look like a genius. So there you go.
Well, you never know. It's the NFL playoffs.
Anything can happen.
Any given Sunday, anything could happen. Hopefully we'll see some upsets this weekend. But that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back tomorrow for a full NFL playoff preview, which should be interesting. We're going to have the FF mediators on, a bunch of other guys as well. I guess Hoff will be there. You'll be there, Pete, right? I'll be there. Anthony will be there. So it's going to be a full show. So that's it. Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think we're all good to go.
All right. So fantasypostseason.com. We'll be back maybe for a couple more underdog drafts. Maybe Pete wants to throw a couple more out there. Or myself. We'll see what happens, but make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing the show. We'll see you soon.